I'm Mick Garris, and this is Trailers from Hell. It's no secret that I love horror movies. It's also no secret that I'm not usually a fan of franchise horror, despite the fact that I've made a few films with numbers in the title. But one horror franchise gave birth to a very special movie that was meta before that was a thing. Tom McLaughlin's Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. For the most part, the Friday the 13th movies were pretty basic slasher films set in Camp Crystal Lake that were basically line 'em up and slice 'em down killer thrillers with a classic formula where Jason Voorhees murders obnoxious teens while the virginal final girl emerges victorious and we think Jason is dead until he shows up in the next one. But Part 6 is given new life with the addition of comedy. Writer-director McLoughlin basically does what Wes Craven did years later with Scream by peppering his young cast with kids who watch and know and love horror movies. From the opening title sequence where Jason basically becomes James Bond in its iconic gun barrel point of view, you know this is taking you someplace Friday the 13th has never gone before. Tommy was a mime early in his career, working as a comic actor and creature performer before he began writing and directing movies with One Dark Night. He also played the mutant bear monster in John Frankenheimer's Prophecy, as well as choreographing the robots in Disney's The Black Hole. So when Tommy got the opportunity to write and direct a Friday the 13th, he was able to bring his brilliant sense of humor into play, and it brought a whole new life into a franchise that was growing pretty stale. Horror comedies are rarely successful. It takes a careful, creative hand to be able to make a movie that is both scary and funny, and McLoughlin handles it masterfully. One of my favorite lines is when kids are being slaughtered throughout the camp, and one says to another, "What were you going to be when you grew up?"
Darren, we better turn around.
Why?
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
My love for Friday the 13th, Part 6 has nothing to do with the fact that the sheriff character is named Sheriff Michael Garris.